The videos in this series are not meant to represent my first playthrough of Final Fantasy XIV. I have completed all main scenario quests, so I cannot promise you genuine reactions to certain cutscenes, but at the same time, I still might get in my feelings during certain cutscenes. What I can try to deliver on is a decent playthrough of this game. I hope you all enjoy. Hello everybody, welcome back to another Final Fantasy XIV video. It's been like what, 2, maybe 3 weeks since we last did videos. A lot of stuff happened, so I had to take a bit of a break, but I am back and hopefully I'll be able to crank out more videos without being interrupted with, life. In the last video, due to our many adventuring deeds, we've caught the attention of this group called the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and I've agreed to join them, and I'll be given my first assignment. Their role in the world is to, besides stopping the bad guys, in this case the Empire, the main focus for the Scions is the primal threat. So there's several beast tribes throughout Eorzea that are each, I guess, dedicated to a certain primal. So in this case, since we're over in Thanalan, we're going to be dealing with the Amalja and probably dealing with Ifrit. So we're about to get our briefing on that mission. So without further ado, let's get started. Ready to begin, are we? That's the spirit. So then, your mission is to investigate a crystal robbery and a spate of abductions. Crimes which we believe to be connected. Assuming we are correct, it is like that any discoveries we make in relation to one will further our understanding of the other. Now, since the attack on their caravan, our friends at Amagina and Sons Mineral Concern have doubled security all over their shipments. In light of this, it is my judgment that the abductions should be our priority. According to our preliminary findings, the majority of the missing were last seen in the vicinity of Camp Drybone. That would seem a fine place to begin. A fellow by the name of Isambard serves as the camp's de facto leader. Pay him a visit and see that he gives us his full cooperation. Alright, we're going to be working with Ifrit on this mission, so let's head over to Camp Drybone. Ah, right. As far as side quests go, I've given it some thought, and I just might not be doing separate recordings for the side quests, but rather focusing my attention on any side quests that actually unlock content, specifically raids and probably other special types of content. I'll probably get into more details towards the end of the video. I'm Isambard, here to search for the missing folk, I take it. Minfilia sent word that an adventurer fitting your description would be along. She also warned us to be wary of the Amalja. It seems we know who the culprits are at the very least. Now, I bear no official title at this camp, but the people here have come to look to me for leadership. You have my word that I'll do all I can to help see the victims safely returned. Alright. Let us get right to it then. Minfilia named the Amalja culprits in all this. You would do well to investigate them first. Much harm has been levied on these lands by Amalja hands. The flames burn where they might, but their light cannot stay the darkness in all places at all times. There have been brutal murders of callers at the Church of Saint Adama Landama, innocents wishing no more than to pay their respects to the dead. The poor souls deserve a proper burial. I would see to the deed before mongrels catch their scent, but I know not if the Amalja still linger. Would you secure their remains for me, friend? You will find them on the eastern road. 12 willing, you may even come to learning something of what the Amalja seek in this area. Oof, well, that's a grim task I gotta freaking do. Alright, let's go look for the bodies. Alright, so got ambushed, got the bodies, let's head back. Oh, probably shouldn't have jumped from that high up, but it's okay. It is good to see you returned. Were you able to secure the remains of our fallen? Yep, right here. With the bodies given back proper to the earth, the souls will find their way across to the other side. You have done a noble deed this day. I thank you. Now then, what of the Amalja? Did you see any? Surely such massive monstrosities as they cannot conceal their presence, much less take their quarry unawares. Ah, so there were Amalja remaining after all. I feared as much. Their parts in the lowborn disappearing is all but confirmed, but I sense there is more to this than meets the eye. The occasional Amalja raiding party would not account for people going missing in these kinds of numbers. The total is too great and the questions too many. It would not surprise me in the least to learn of another hand in this. But whose? Countless travelers pass through Drybone every day, and even if it were one of them, even if it were one among them, how would we best discover who may be implicit in these vanishings? Alright, so there's probably a third party involved with these kidnappings. What say we turn an eye to the common folk themselves? It may be among them that we find the reasons for these vanishings. 12 forbid it be so. There is a merchant by the name of Ungust, who was born here in Drybone and grew up in the Golden Bazaar. A rough character, but he knows the people here better than anyone else. I'd wager he's at the inn, quaffing away the day's earnings. Here, I'll write a note for you to show him, and else he's not like to speak to you. Alright, let's speak with him. Alright, wait a minute. It's this guy, this asshole I dealt with before that was harassing the lady for accusing her of stealing? Well, gods be damned. You're that bloody adventurer who threatened me back in Ul'dah. What in the seven hells do you want with me now? Relax. I have a letter. I need help with an investigation. Dear friend, missing people, please help. Yours, Isambard. Folk around here are as wary as they come. They'll turn tail and run if you so much as pass wind nearby. Played them all for fools and coaxed them some hard labor out of them, I did. If anything, they're even more timid than before. What with all the disappearances. You can go talk to them yourself if you don't believe me. Alright, let's go for it. Hello, sir. Oh, please, sir, just leave me be. I just wanted to ask you a question. God damn it. Next person. I have nothing to say but this. I'll take who or whatever's been feeding off us slow folk. Alright, this is not getting me anywhere already. What do you want from me? I don't know anything, I swear. Please don't kill me. I'm not trying to kill anyone here. What the hell? Folks, you really are scared. Jeez. Anyway, there's one more. Oh no, I need to speak to Ungust now. Alright, so I guess he was right. They're not willing to speak with anyone. Jeez. Just as I told you, wasn't it? A whole lot of them are terrified. There's been talk of folk getting abducted, but if you ask me, they simply up and moved on to a better place. This place isn't exactly Costa del Sol, if you know what I'm saying. It's not the best place, but what can you do? So I literally got no information from these people. We need a different approach. Welcome back, Jay. Have you learned aught of import? I see. I suppose I should have expected as much from Ungust. Well, another thought occurred to me in your absence. The common folk are nothing if not fervent in their religious beliefs. Perhaps if they speak freely to their gods, then the clergy may know something of use. Alright, I'm listening. If we would know what the common folk speak of to their gods, we've no better place to ask than at the Church of Saint Adama Landama. It is a small and humble church found to the northwest of here. And so long as you are headed there, might I ask you to deliver this embalmed corpse? A morbid request, I grant you, but it must be borne to burial, and I trust none more than you to see it done. Seek out a man named Marquise. He tends the graves of the Lich Yard. He will tell you where the body is to be interred. Really? Again with these morbid requests? Fine, fine. So the church, yep, right up here. Alright, so Marquise, there you are. Hello, sir. I am Marquise, yes. A body? Of course, there have been so many bodies of late. I apologize, sir. If you seek a place of burial, then there is an empty grave atop of the ridge. Take the path and lay him there to rest. Alright, so up here, grave site. And there we go. Ow. May they all walk in Thal's realm. What? Missing people? I'm afraid I cannot help you. But maybe Sister Orsen can help. She has been kind to me. Everyone has been so kind. I don't know why, though. Pardon me. You will find Sister Orsen within the church walls. Odd character. But moving on, where are you? There you are. I hear you have done us the service of bearing a fallen soul. Please accept our gratitude and extend it all to extend it to Isambard when next you see him. You seek knowledge of missing drybone inhabitants? It is true I am closer to the people than any other of the order. I confide in them, and they in me. When they wish to speak to their keeper, Thal, I am their medium through which they do. Should I learn anything pertinent, I will be sure to share the information with you. I only wish Marquise would be more helpful in the matter. I pray he did nothing to offend. He saw terrible things during the calamity. His scars run deep. Indeed, he seems to not prefer the company of the dead over the living. While tragic, I fear such behavior ill befits the church. I received word not long ago that one of our recent visitors, a man called Thancred, I believe, took offense at his conduct. I must have words with Marquise, and soon. Oh, good. Thancred's here. So let's go ahead and speak with Isambard, Drybone, and progress with this investigation, because so far we're getting places, but not getting places quick enough. Thank you, Jay. A burial is no easy thing, even when the departed is a stranger. Were you able to learn aught of the missing common folk? You've been keeping yourself rather busy of late, haven't you, Jay? A pleasure, my dear Isambard. The name is Thancred, and I share a passion with you and our mutual friend here for learning what has become of these missing persons and why. I, too, spoke with Ungust, more times than I care to count. There seems to be some truth to this notion of the common folk speaking their secrets only to those in service to the gods. Prostration, prayer, penance, abject deeds done behind closed doors, away from prying eyes. Who better to take the pious unawares than she who takes confession? The good sister Orsen herself. Or Sen? She wouldn't. She couldn't. Even the most beautiful roses have thorns, my friend, and you would be wise to keep an eye on this rose. Still, the Lich Keeper Marquise. I swear to the 12 I've seen that face elsewhere before. Oh? And we leveled up. Alright, onward. Sister Orsen, it cannot be. Though she is wont to travel to the Golden Bazaar on her own, and it is not uncommon to see her speaking to the children, but no. It could not be she. Could it? I grow weary of these suspicions. I know there is one child in particular that she is fond of. Pray seek out the boy Jay, and see if you cannot glean something from him about Orsen's activities. Long day today, so my reading skills are trash right now. I apologize. So, open up the map. We are headed. Golden Bazaar is. Jesus freaking Christ, it's way up there. Okay, we're about to fix this right now. Hold up. And here we are. I was not about to subject you guys to like several minutes of walking over here because that was a pretty long distance. So, there's the kid we gotta speak with. Please help. Sister Orsen went out all on her own and she hasn't come back. She always reads to me right here about Thal and the Order and the other side. I told her I lost my shiny thing and she went looking for it. But what if the monsters outside hurt her? Please find her. Well, alright, so. Rescue mission it is. Well, technically this whole thing is one giant rescue mission, but you know what I mean. There you. Oh, wait a minute. Ah! Beat back. Get away from her. Alright, I got you. You're the one from the church. Thank goodness you arrived when you did. It seems my gratitude is yours yet again. You spoke with the child? Yes, well, I was able to find his lost trinket. It is a ring given to him by his mother before she passed. I will see it safely back to him. Alright, so. Back to Camp Drybone it is. Something tells you she might not be the culprit behind all of this. But we'll find out eventually as to what exactly is going on. Sister Orsen was attacked outside the Golden Bazaar? Gods forfend. I will secure a room at the inn for her should she require any rest. Searching for the mementos of orphans, and risking her own well-being in doing no less? Certainly not the dastardly deeds Thancred would have us believe. I am well glad I reserved that inn room for Sister Orsen. It seems she received greater injuries from her attackers than she initially let on. Thankfully, she is expected to make a full recovery. But now, onto the matter at hand. Thancred came looking for you once more. He left word that he will be waiting at the Amalja encampment to the southeast. I pray the two of you are able to uncover some evidence regarding these disappearances. I hope so too. So, southeast, he is way out here. Not as far as the Golden Bazaar, but still far nonetheless. But I think I'll just keep this up and running this time. And speaking of running, sprint! Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. almost there. Ah, there he is. Hi, Thancred. Ah, there you are, Jay. So good of you to come. Indeed, I've heard all about good Sister Orsen. Isambard said her wounds were serious. It would seem my suspicions about the poor Rose were misplaced. But false though they were, perhaps my suspicions were not entirely without merit. Whilst following Sister Orsen near the Golden Bazaar, a band of Amalja caught my eye. I tracked them as far as this encampment, but... well, let us say that I would much prefer to keep my distance and remain here. This, of course, brings me to why I requested you, dear Jay. Would you be so kind as to take a look inside? Really? Fine, I'll look inside. Oh, cool, another player. Hello there. Alright, so gonna leave this, and we're getting the hell out of here. No, now, the reason that these guys didn't aggro onto me is because I'm a high enough level. I'm actually very over leveled for these story quests right now. So while certain enemies should be aggroing onto me if I'm at the appropriate level, they're not, because I'm like a good 10 levels above or more. Well, did anything tickle your fancy? I found a pamphlet. This leaflet. See the wealth of Nald to the hands of your children. It looks to be some sort of assembly to provide the poor with work. The lettering, though, atrocious, is it not? And these bits about Nald Thal seem somewhat less than studied. I find it hard to believe one among the Order penned this. Pray take this to the inn at Camp Drybone. Let us see what Sister Orsen makes of this. We'll teleport for this one. Alright. The inn. Here we go. Oh, whoops. Wrong door. You are... there you are. My savior comes again. What do I owe the honor this day? I need you to see if this is legit or not. What is this? Blasphemous. These are not our teachings at all. This was not made by any true brother or sister of the Order. Of that, I can assure you. Come to think of it, weeks ago the church was plagued by missing garments. Could someone be posing as a priest of the Order to deceive the people? The plot thickens, Jay. Our culprit pretends to be a priest to lend credence to his deception. There is no doubt an irony in there somewhere. But I suspect we have a worthy adversary on our hands. I shall consider how best to handle this. For now, tell Isambard what we have learned here. Oh, will do. So we have a fake priest on our hands. Alright, this is getting more and more interesting. Hey yo, Isambard, we have news for you. Posing as a priest? To think. These troubling notions aside, it is gratifying to finally be able to move this investigation forward. Thank you once again, Jay. I shall keep my ears and eyes open, now more than ever. I hope you do, sir. I hope you do. I'm afraid I have not seen any unusual activity, nor have any at this camp given me cause to doubt them. But unless we can identify the culprits, and soon, more innocents will fall victim. Do not despair just yet, my friend. an idea occurs to me. Our suspect has been posing as a priest using leaflets bearing false promises to lure the poor. Let Jay and me serve with like by posing as impoverished souls in need of succor. I dare to hope that this will yield us the answers we seek. It will be a dangerous undertaking, but you two are more than capable of looking after yourselves. I'm next to useless in battle, but I can supply the garments for the disguise. These old tunics and slops should serve your needs, so long as you don't mind the smell and the stains. They will serve very well. You have my thanks. Listen, Jay, so as to lay the foundation for our little ploy, we must make it widely known that more vagrants have arrived at camp and are desperate for coin. To this end, I want you to don the old garments Isambard has lent us and beg for work around the camp. Before long, the false priest should catch wind and approach us. So, basically be annoying as all hell. Got it, let's change into these clothes. Wrong button, armory chest, so where are we? It is... this, and this. Alright, let's start being annoying as fuck. Please help me, sir. I am poor and I need work. And you are? Another refugee by the looks of you. The immortal flames have neither work nor coin for your like. Be gone and see to it that you don't make a nuisance of yourself. Oh, I promise to do no such thing. I preach the teachings of Azima, the warden. Hast thou come to partake of the honey of her wisdom? Azima is keeper of the sun and goddess of inquiry. All is laid bare beneath the lights of her divine countenance. Open thy heart to this light, needy child, and thou shalt want for naught till the end of days. Next! Hello, look at me. I am a needy person. I need work. I need coin. Help me. Greetings, good sir. Is there aught I might assist you with? Oh, I don't believe there is. I'm afraid our wares are very expensive. Mayhap you should rejoin your fellows out at the pond north of Sandgate. Oh? Really? So they tend to congregate there, do they? That just might be my next stop. But first, we must annoy more people. I got 2 more people left to annoy, and then this whole camp will be a buzz of how more immigrants, so to speak, have invaded their camp. Or vagrants as they call us. So, one more. Who else? Hello, sir. And I was about to get to the good part. Looking for work, you say? Sorry, but we don't have any openings. Now get out of here so I can finish my story. And with that, I believe the deed is done. Let me change out of these things. You. I'm back. You have quite a knack for being a nuisance, Jay. The camp is abuzz with talk of newly arrived vagrants. And though we were unable to attract our wayward transgressor, we were able to learn that the poor have a commune by the pond north of Sandgate to the east of here. Eyes of the authorities do not reach that place, rather ideal for spiriting away hapless souls. Let us go there and wait for the kindly priest to come and offer us aid and comfort. Needless to say, you'll need to remain in disguise. Oh. Okay, let's put on the smiley clothes again. 1, 2, 5. Let's do this. Can I go? No, not that way. The stairs. Ah, that tent. That must be the spot. Alright, let's do this. A fine morning for catching false priests, wouldn't you say? You look absolutely smashing, Jay. Positively dressed for deception. All that's left then is to wait for our quarry to appear. Oh, you poor, unfortunate souls. This is no way for men to live. No way at all. Who are you? What do you want? Be at ease, child, for I mean you no harm. I am a priest of the Order of Nald Thal, and I come to offer you succor. This leaflet bears the teachings of Nald. Trust to them, and they will surely set you free from the shackles of penury. A tempting offer, but I'm afraid I must decline. On account of that atrocious performance, you would have made a god's awful mummer, Ungust. What? How did you... You bastards tricked me. Please don't hurt me. I was only doing it to protect my people. Is that so? Do continue. Very well. I'm a man of the Golden Bazaar, raised there if not born. Some moons ago, the Amalja raids began. They would appear sudden as a sandstorm and plunder and pillage at will. Our defenders couldn't stand against them, few as they were. Everyone lived in fear. I wanted to save my people, but being a merchant was all I knew, and so I did the only thing a merchant could. I approached the Amalja in hopes of brokering a deal. In return for sparing the Golden Bazaar, they made demands. Outrageous ones. Demands? Of what kind, pray tell? First of all, they wanted the schedule for crystal shipments from the Nanawa mines. For this, I bribed one of the workers to leak me the information. Next, they wanted me to bring them people, so I posed as a priest to lure in the vulnerable and give them over to the Amalja. I didn't have a choice. Protecting one's home is a noble thing, but at the cost of innocence? You could have sought the aid of the immortal flames, yet you did not. I suspect you are not telling me the full story. What made you sell out your own people? Speak. That was good. What did you say? The coin was good, I said. I could sell mole meat for a score of lifetimes and not see even a fraction of what the Amalja pay me. You sacrificed innocence so that you could line your own pockets? Words fail to express the contempt I feel for you. Spare me your contempt. If you want to blame someone for the mess of the world's in, then blame yourselves or the gods. What? Not you again. Were you the one leaking the Immortal Flames patrol routes to the enemy as well? Spit it out. No, I know nothing about that, I swear. At this stage, I'm rather disinclined to believe aught that leaves your mouth. But no matter. There'll be time enough to learn the truth. Ho ho ho. You done goofed, sir. Jay, be a good man and take word of these developments to Minfilia, would you? I shall prize everything I can out of this filth. The abductees are still somewhere out there. Our foremost priority is to rescue them. And just like that, we figured out who was the cause for all these abductions. Ungust, that poor man. Alright, time to report back to Minfilia and see what the next step is. Let's go. Alright, back at headquarters. Let's report in. Welcome back, Jay. I am pleased that you and Thancred have been getting along. I see. You have done well to uncover the truth. My thanks for the report. As Thancred said, we must ascertain where the abducted were taken, and none but the Amalja know the answer. Suffice it to say they will not willingly part with this information. I fear blood will be spilled before all is said and done. Isn't that always the case? Just with life in general. Doesn't it? Though we seek a peaceful solution to the primal problem, we must needs be ready to fight for our cause. That you might take to the field suitably prepared, I would have you meet with a goblin acquaintance of mine. His name is Mutamix Bubblypots. Well, that's a name. And he is a scholar of no small repute. Mutamix is renowned for having introduced a revolutionary method of enhancing equipment to Eorzea. The knowledge of this method was once a closely guarded secret, but thanks to Mutamix and his students, it has now been decimates. I can't speak tonight. It has now been disseminated to the great benefits of all the realm. There we go. It would serve you well to acquire an understanding of the process. For this purpose, I shall lend you a blade. Take it to Mutamix and bid him use it to demonstrate his craft to you. Mutamix is ever to be found at his camp in Central Thanalan, a place known as the Bonfire. Look for Pillar of Smoke, and the way will become clear. Alrighty, no problem. Oh, wrong one. Here we go. So essentially, we're about to learn how to meld materia to equipment. Pretty handy, actually. So, should be right up here. Alright, there's our guy. Who was Uplander come to 10th ring of Mutamix bubbly pots? I have a request from Minfilia. I need a demonstration. Fighty Tool drinks an airy self. Wait, I'm sorry, come again. When full of airy self, Fighty Tool changes to Stony Shine, name of Materia. Could you elaborate further? If Materia joined with other Fighty Tool, why are we speaking like this? Then, big eyes, Fighty Tool gains power of airy self. Mutamix is reckoning that Uplander is friend of Minfilia. I am. She sent me to you. I need a demonstration on your art. Yes, tongue flaps reach ears of Mutamix with fastness. Minfilia wants Uplander to see power of materia. Uplander brings Fighty Tool to Mutamix, yes? Right here. Fighty Tool is unstrong as Eating Tool. Make good Teachy show of power of materia. The Materia Master. Now, eyes of Uplander point at Fighty Tool, yes? Materia joined with Fighty Tool. Fighty Tool gains power of materia. Fighty Tool reborn. Here, Uplander take Fighty Tool to Minfilia. Materia, strictly speaking, is a kind of crystal. It is created by drawing out the etheric constituents from a piece of equipment and then crystallizing them. Not just any old equipment will serve, mind you. It must have sufficient spirit bond, that being a measure of how fully an item has been imbued with its owner's spirit. When you attach a piece of materia to gear, you imbue the host item with its power. That's how Master Mutamix turned that dagger of yours from someone as would have struggled to cut a stake into a weapon worth wielding. Uplander wishes to be joiner of materia. Then Uplander best fill brain case with knowings of crafty making. In this case, he's saying you should grab a crafting profession to do this a bit easier. With knowings of crafty making, Uplander can become joiner of materia. If Uplander wants brain case to add with knowings of materia, Uplander best trade chunk flaps with learning ones of Mutamix. So essentially, if I want to know more, talk to his students. But we're done here. We're going back to Minfilia. Alright, Minfilia, I'm back. I got a proper demonstration, I guess, of how materia works. Welcome back, Jay. I trust your visit to the bonfire proved fruitful? Oh, it was definitely fruitful, alright. Ah, what a remarkable difference a single piece of material can make. Granted, the skills needed to manipulate the substance are not easily acquired, but one need only look upon the results to realize such efforts are worthwhile. As I am sure you are aware, the quality of one's equipment can be the difference between victory and defeat. Materia may well give you the edge you need, Jay, so make it your ally. Now, it is time we discuss the matter of your next mission. Pray speak with me when you're ready to begin. I am ready now. Word has arrived from Thancred concerning our ongoing investigation. It appears he was able to extract some information from our friend Ungust, the false priest. He revealed that he is due to meet with the Amalja to discuss their dealings. The Immortal Flames believe that the meeting will present an ideal opportunity to ambush and capture the Amalja responsible for the abductions, and so they mean to have Ungust attend as planned. As the Amalja are anticipated to offer fierce resistance, the Immortal Flames have requested our support. I would have you provide it to them, Jay. Thancred is presently attending to another matter, but will join you as soon as he is able. Until such a time as he does, you will be the Scion's sole representative on the ground. Before he left, he bade me to tell you to, and I quote, save some for him. Such is his confidence in you, the confidence I share. When you have made it ready, pray take yourself to Camp Drybone and report to the Flames Sergeant leading the mission. May you walk in the light of the crystal. Oh, hey, so things are about to go down. Let's head back to Camp Drybone and get on with it. The Flame Sergeant is... There you are. Ah, you're JR of the Scions? My thanks for coming, friend. We're stronger for your assistance. Allow me to brief you on our mission. Our objective is to capture Amalja and prize from them the whereabouts of the abductees. The Lizardmen aren't aware that their man, Ungust, has been exposed. When they come to the rendezvous point to meet the traitor, we'll spring the trap. Owing to the clandestine nature of the mission, we can deploy only a small contingent. Every member must count, and so we requested the aid of the Scions. The rendezvous will take place at the Invisible City. Please make your way there and lie in wait. We stand to learn much and more of the Amalja plot if the mission succeeds, Jay. Let's make sure it does. Alright, I hope it succeeds too, sir. Alright, Invisible City is way up there. Oh god, these long travel times. Alright, so I will see you guys at the Invisible City. Alright, here is the rendezvous point. And there's Ungust. Is the bait in place? Our man is in position, sir. Good. We make our move as soon as the Amalja appear. Yes, sir. What is the meaning of this? Wait, something's amiss. Oh! Fuck. I'm afraid a little ambush ends here. I eluded the Immortal Flames' clutches for moons before finally being caught. Did you not wonder how I managed it? It was almost as if someone was feeding him information from the inside. Your every movement was known to me ahead of time. Now, as much as I'd love to chat a while, I have appointments to keep. Oh, this bastard. They're all yours. Oh, damn, this definitely complicates things. So we have a member of the Immortal Flames that was fucking helping Ungus the entire time. Ah, fuck that. There is a lot of these guys. Jeez. Come on, burn them down, burn them down. Go for the range ones next. There we go. Alright. Numbers are dwindling. Great. Boom. Focus on the big cheese. Oh, there's more. Alright, now I need all of your undivided attention. Oh, wrong button. Cannot mix two around like that. There we go. Oh my god, there's more. Nah, chill. Hold up. You just want to talk. I can take them. Let's go. Alright, who else we got? This guy. Getting there and uh-oh. Damn. Put up your weapon or your comrade's a dead man. Behind you. I'm sorry, come to oh fuck. Oh no, oh fuck, nope. I'm not doing so good. Yeah, this is definitely not good. Bring him. The rest of you, march. Traitorous scum. Damn, so I really just got fucking oh! Hey, great. All the abductees, they're all here. I fear the Amalja mean to give us to their god as an offering. If I must die, then let me die a soldier's death, with steel in hand. Oh, we're about to fight Ifrit. This is great. I'm hoping the wait isn't too long, so let's go ahead and queue up for that. I feel like the wait is going to be a bit long, so let's see what happens. All right, here we go. We're about to fight our first primal, starting with Ifrit, Lord of the Inferno. Lord of the Inferno, hearken to our plea. Lord of the Inferno, deliver us from our misery. O mighty Ifrit, Lord of the Inferno, your humble servants beseech you, grace us with your divine presence. I'd rather you did not. Oh, well, too late. O mighty Ifrit, we bring before you ignorant savages who know not your godhead. If it please you, Lord, scorch their heathen souls with your cleansing flame, and mark them as your own. Yet I'd rather you did not do that. Bring those two as well. Ah, serves you right, but nah, you don't want to get touched by those flames. What's going on? This ain't what we agreed. None but servants of Lord Ifrit may behold the rites of summoning. The souls of unbelievers are forfeit. No, spare me, I beg you. Pitiful children of man, by my breath I claim you. Arise once more as my loyal minions. Feed my flames with your faith, and all who stand against us shall burn. Oh! O mighty Ifrit, my one true god. Oh, well, they've been touched. Your words are my bread. Oh, yeah, I don't think there's any coming back to them, but I feel fine? Impossible. By what sorcery do you resist my master's will? Could it be? Your soul already belongs to another? Yes, that is the only explanation. Well, I did see this giant floating crystal a while back, so... Forsooth, thy frail mortal frame can serve as vessel to the blessing of but one. Yet I smell not the taint of another upon thee. The truth of thine allegiance waxeth clear. Thou art of the godless blessed's number. The paragons warned of thine abhorrent kind. Thine existence is not to be suffered. Paragons. Oh, you bumped into one of those masked mages? Oh, well. Alright, let's go. Oh god! You guys gotta hit this thing! Whew! So yeah, if you don't destroy that nail, we end up getting killed instantly by this attack. So keep that in mind whenever you're fighting him. Oh, out the way, out the way. And we win. And ooh, I do believe that's a crystal of light that Heidelin wants us to find throughout our journeys. So I believe this makes number 2. We found the first one by the Sultan tree. So this is definitely number 2. Yep, there's the first one. And now we have number 2. Pray forgive my lateness. Thancred, you're late as hell. Where were you? I was laid by a congregation of Amalja zealots. I swear, each seemed more evangelical than the last. Oh shit. Persistent lock. Nice moves. Phew. Yeah, those guys have been tempered. I see the Bloodsworn wasted no time extracting the captives, no less than I'd expect from the Flame General's hand-picked men. As for those two, it is fair to say their hardships have only just begun. They have much to answer for. I feel I owe you an apology, Jay. Had I known this mission would prove so dangerous, I would never have left you to face it alone. You have been given a veritable baptism of fire. It's all good. But let us continue this conversation in more agreeable surrounds. Camp Drybone, shall we say. This way, sir. Oh, there we go. There's our way out. So that was the mighty Ifrit. And what a disappointment he was. The readings are nowhere near what I had anticipated, even taking Ul'Dan interference into account. You should know better than to rely upon 5-year-old data left by the 7th Legion. Nor can we expect any form of support from the motherland, given the troubles at court. We have only ourselves to rely upon. Ever the pessimist, my dear Olivia. Promise me you'll never change. We've wasted enough time here. That meter of yours is too old to give any reading worth a damn. Not that there was aught worth a damn for it to read, but I take your point. I suppose we must content ourselves with the knowledge that we've achieved our primary objective. Yet I find that I am troubled by that adventurer's unexpected show of strength. Could such a foe prove a hindrance to our plans? Perhaps, but that is a consideration for another time. You have been given a task. That is your priority. I suggest you treat it as such. Fail to do as my lord commands, and I will spare him the trouble of punishing you. With allies like that, beware a woman in love. I shall need to be on my best behavior. Oh, Empire is definitely plotting something. And with that, I'd say that's mission accomplished. Ah, there you are, Jay. Come, rest a while. You will have no better opportunity. After witnessing their god's ignominious defeat, the Amalja will be less inclined to risk our wrath. For a time, at least. Now, where were we? Ah, yes. I was in the process of apologizing. I do hope you can forgive me. I arrived too late to be of any use to you or the abductees. They may be whole of body, but the same cannot be said of their minds. For once a man is tempered... Ah, but it ill suits me to dwell on the negatives. Amidst all of our misfortunes, there is still reason to rejoice. Ifrit is slain, and by your hand, no less. That is the deed of no ordinary individual, Jay. Not that I have ever thought you were ordinary. On the contrary, I have long suspected that you have the potential to shape the fates of this realm. What can I say? My fine eye for talent remains undimmed. Minfilia will be proud beyond all reckoning when she hears of your deeds. I trust you shan't object to my bearing the tidings to her. That way I can claim to have contributed something to this mission. You, meanwhile, have earned yourself a rest. Take some time to relax and return to the Waking Sands when you are good and ready. We can discuss matters in more detail. Just don't take too long, will you? The realm's problems won't solve themselves. Alright, so... mission accomplished. Didn't think we'd be tackling a primal so soon, but we did it. So we're gonna probably wrap things up here. There is a few things I forgot to mention in the beginning of this video. Since my last video a couple of weeks ago, there has been a major patch that got released for Final Fantasy XIV. That major patch, while adding in a continuation to the story for Endwalker, it also had some quality of life changes added to it for the base game for A Realm Reborn. That quality of life change being that you can now join you can do dungeons without having to wait for a group of random players. You can actually group up with random NPCs assigned to you to go ahead and do the dungeon with. So you can essentially complete the entirety of A Realm Reborn completely solo by yourself. So it's essentially a complete single player experience if you don't want to really group up with other players, or if you find it difficult to group up with other players to do these dungeons, which is fantastic. The same thing goes for doing any of the trials that A Realm Reborn has to offer. So pretty much any content in patch 2.0 you can pretty much do completely on your own with the help of the random NPCs given to you. But of course this only applies to dungeons and trials, nothing else. And speaking of dungeons, boy oh boy, the 2 dungeons that I completed in previous videos, the Copper Bell Mines and oh my god, what was the other one? No, I'm sorry, I'm mistaken. The one of the dungeons that I did complete over a couple of videos back, the Copper Bell Mines, got a complete overhaul. They changed up how the bosses worked, so you're introduced to mechanics early on, because I believe what the issue was, the bosses didn't really introduce you to certain mechanics that you wouldn't get introduced to until, let's say, the next expansion, which is Heavensward. So introducing those mechanics early on in the beginning dungeons will help the player, you know, be better prepared for certain situations when fighting a boss, which is absolutely fantastic. Not to mention, the boss fights in the Copper Bell Mines are actually a lot more engaging, which is fantastic. The bosses have different mechanics, they're not exactly the same. It's a nice breath of fresh air, so I'm all for it. There is one more dungeon that was revamped as well, but we'll get to that in probably the next few videos. So, with all of that out of the way, I do appreciate you guys for tuning in, sticking around, and watching this video. If you did enjoy this video or any of my other videos that I do have on the channel, please feel free to subscribe for more videos, like any videos that you actually enjoy, dislike any videos that you might not enjoy to help me further improve on the content that I provide for you guys. And with that being said, I believe that is everything. In the next video, we'll go ahead and report back to Minfilia that, you know, it's a job well done over in Camp Drybone, and we'll see what else we get to tackle. So until then, I will see you guys next time, hopefully sooner rather than later. Take care, everyone.